So you're thinking about moving to Bend, Oregon? Well, that's exactly what we're going to be covering in today's video. Today we're going to be touring 3 different houses at 3 different price points in Southeast Bend. A $600,000, $700,000, and $800,000 house are going to be on the tour today, and we're going to show you what those houses look like in the neighborhood, as well as some of the surrounding amenities in the region of town that we're focusing in on. If you stick around to the end of the video, we'll even do a map tour from the computer to give you a better understanding of the area that we featured today in the live portion of the video as it relates to the neighborhood, surrounding amenities, as well as the rest of Bend and Central Oregon. So if this video sounds like it's for you, then stick around, because we're going to be getting after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about living, eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of living in Bend, Oregon, then subscribe to the channel and tap that notification bell below so you can be the first to know about the current market in Bend, Oregon. My name's Ryan and I've lived in Bend for over 30 years. My partner Zach and I, we get calls and texts every day from people just like you, looking for help on making their move to Bend, Oregon, and we absolutely love it. Whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even set up a Zoom meeting. We'd be happy to help you make that smooth move to Bend, Oregon, or anywhere nearby. Okay, so today's tour is going to be really unique. We're going to go check out 3 different homes by Polish Homes as a local builder, one of the bigger, more prominent builders in the area. And so they have a neighborhood that they started back in 2013, and we're going to be looking at 3 houses that just were completed just in the last couple of years, 2018 and 2019. So this portion of their neighborhood is the tail end, the final phase, and it's now fully developed. But what's unique about what we're going to be looking at today is that they have another tract of land just to the south of this original neighborhood that they're beginning to break ground on. It's going to be a new development called Easton. And so the same builder, but 2 different neighborhoods. So you'll get a perspective of what a completed neighborhood by this builder looks like, as well as you'll be able to look at some of the lots and some of the landscape of this brand new neighborhood that is just getting underway. It's right by a new high school, as well as a brand new 37-acre park that just opened earlier this year. So a pretty unique area, and this is going to be one of the more featured parts of town over the next couple of years. So without further ado, let's just jump in the car and head right over and check out this neighborhood. Okay, so we made it to our first neighborhood here. We're in the Southeast Bend neighborhood of the Bridges by Polish Homes. And it's a absolutely stunning day today. It's 75 degrees, we're in mid-October. It's not uncommon to have bluebird sunshine days, but this type of weather in terms of its heat and warmth is relatively uncommon for this time of year. So we are enjoying it. It feels like summer right now, and we're just not quite used to having this warm of days this late into the fall. So we are enjoying this very much so. As we come up on our first house here, this is a 1,638 square foot house listed for $599,000, 3 bed, 3 bath, built in 2018. Puts the per square foot price at $366. So if we look around at the neighborhood, a lot of these homes are all in the same size spec right now. It's right on the main drag here of 15th Street. If you look right behind me, across the street is going to be Alpenglow Park, a brand new park that just opened in 2022, the summer of, and 37 acres. It just features a lot of things that are unique to Bend that other parks don't necessarily have. A dog agility park, an outdoor amphitheater, a splash pad for kids, as well as a rock climbing area. So very unique new park, very popular. We'll go take a look at that here in a couple of minutes. We're going to see hundreds of people over there enjoying the weather on a Sunday here. But you can see these houses by Polish, they're all very consistent in their design. The landscape is very well kept. Very unique neighborhood here, very popular neighborhood. Most of these houses get bought up relatively quickly. And so what we're going to see here on the next couple of houses are a little bit bigger homes, a little bit different features. And we're also going to go take a look at a brand new neighborhood by Polish, the same builder that built this neighborhood here just down the road about a quarter mile, and that is 75 acres, and it's going to feature over 420 new homes over the next couple of years. And so we'll take a look at that, see some of the model homes that are under construction right now. But this gives you a taste of what we're going to see here in a few minutes. This stretch of neighborhood, really cool. And again, just a beautiful day outside right now. This is our first home. Let's go take a look at the next one. Okay, this is our next pit stop on our tour today. So if you look right behind me, this is another stretch of Alpenglow Park. In fact, that's the main entrance there. Beyond that is going to be a big grassy area, and that's where that amphitheater starts, and that's where the grassy area is that everybody can actually sit down, bring their lawn chairs, watch a little live entertainment. If I look behind me here, you're going to see southbound on 15th Street. If you look way back there, you see that big building? That's going to be Caldera High School. The brand new high school opened in 2021. So this stretch of the neighborhood really is going to be up and coming in terms of this part of town. So what I like about this area here, we're just on a little pathway in between 15th Street and the first street inside the neighborhood of the Bridges here. But we're going to be coming up on 4 or 5 different houses here. Very cute little area the way they designed this. And so we have house, they're facing each other with a little pathway in between. This is the front doors of all these homes here. And so as we approach this second house here, this one is going to be listed at $700,000, 2,010 square feet, 3 bed, 3 bath. And that puts the per square foot price at about $348. So a little bit bigger of a home, a little bit less per square foot, but it gives you an idea as to what type of home you can get with $700,000 at this stage of the market. So we keep on walking up this road here. We get to Sydney Harbor, and this is one of the main streets of the Bridges here. And it goes all the way down from behind me about a half a mile and all the way up to the connection of the new neighborhood of Easton. So these two Palish homes are actually connected to each other, and it's in a very central location here. The park's gone in, the high school's in, and now we have plenty of land that's been zoned for commercial development that will be taking place and getting under construction over the next couple of years. So that's the middle home in this tour. Let's go take a look at a little bit bigger of a home at a little bit bigger of a price point. Okay, so we're at the final stretch here, the furthest south point of this neighborhood that we're featuring today, Southeast Bend. This is the Bridges neighborhood by Palish Homes. And so this part of the neighborhood has a little bit bigger of a home in terms of its average size, but we're only about 200 or 300 yards away from the previous 2 houses that we looked at today. So if you look behind me, this house is going to be 2441 square feet, listed at $799,000 per square foot price at $327. 3 bed, 3 bath, built in 2019. All these homes are about the same age, just a couple of years old, and so most of them have already been bought up during that whole COVID craze. I mean, all these homes were bought up really, really quickly, and so now we have a developed neighborhood, and most of the homes are completely occupied. But if we keep walking here, this is that stretch of town that is really up and coming. And so just on the other side of these homes here are going to be all the lots and all the brand new landscape for that new neighborhood by Palish Homes, Easton. So if I walk straight ahead now, we're going to be looking at a bunch of bare dirt, just trees, the forest, the natural landscape there, and then just a couple hundred yards this way is going to be that Alpenglow Park. And so we are in this southeast part of town where there is a lot of pockets that are completely developed with neighborhoods. There's also plenty of bare land right now. And so what we're going to see over the next few years is a lot of this area just completely developed. If you look behind me, you see just the construction site for that new development that's up and coming right now and is breaking ground as we speak, as well as Caldera High School straight ahead. So with that being said, we finished the 3 homes today. We're going to go take a look at some of the surrounding neighborhood to give you a feel for what the character is like in this southeast part of town. We'll take a look at Caldera High School as well as go through certain parts of Alpenglow Park so you guys can get a feel for what it's really like to be living in this stretch of town. So if you stick around to the end of the video, we'll also jump onto the computer and do a quick map tour of this part of town just to give you some reference points as to what we just covered. So I'll see you on the next part of the video. Okay, so we're a little bit further south now. We're in the Easton neighborhood by Palish Homes. You can see behind me, it's all graded land. The lots are ready for build, and you can see the 2 model homes are now under construction. If we look just to the north here, those were the homes in the Bridges that we looked at. The final home that we looked at on our tour today is just right over there, a couple hundred feet away. So if we turn around here, we get a landscape view of the development, and that is Caldera High School right behind me there. Those are some of the sports complexes there. Absolutely stunning high school, some of the best facilities in the area. you're always going to expect that with a brand new build with a new high school, but it's pretty remarkable. If you ever get a chance to go into the school, watch a game, it's pretty neat. But this is what Easton is going to look like. It's 75 acres, and we have over 400 homes that are in design right now. It's going to be rolled out over 7 or 8 phases, but this is going to be one of the premier neighborhoods in the southeast part of town over the next couple of years. Okay, so we made it to the final stretch of our video tour today. We're at Alpenglow Park now. We're in the middle of it. This is the grassy area here. You can see right behind me. We're gonna have that amphitheater, and over to my left is gonna be the splash pad and the kids' playground. So that's a really unique feature for a park in this town. I mean, Bend doesn't have a splash pad elsewhere. There is one in Redmond. We can take a look at that during another video, but this brings a whole new type of themed park to the Bend area, and it's in the southeast part of town, that up and coming neighborhood. There's a garden behind me there, you can see that. And if we look this way, and if we were to walk all the way over here, there is a dog agility park. That's a fenced in area, and it features just an obstacle course for dogs inside. So that's pretty cool. We'll try and see if there's a couple of dogs inside there getting some work in right now. But again, this is a 37-acre park. Bike paths everywhere, walk paths everywhere. It's a great place to host a birthday party. In fact, my youngest son, we had his birthday party here back in August. So very fun, I can attest it works out well. Very popular stretch of the neighborhood here. And again, these houses that we looked at earlier today are just across the street. 15th Street's right behind me there. And the Bridges neighborhood is just beyond that. And so again, just a couple of minute walk to have this incredibly unique park right at your access point. So guys, this is going to be the end of the video out live today. We're going to hop onto the computer right now and take a look at the map to give you some reference points like stated earlier, to give you some perspective on this neighborhood and how close some of the homes are to some of the very unique features that are only located at this end of town. So thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the computer. Okay, so we just finished our live tour of the neighborhood Southeast Bend. There we have the Palish neighborhoods of both the Bridges as well as the up-and-coming neighborhood known as Easton. And now we're going to jump into the computer here and give you an understanding from a map perspective of where we were and where those houses are in terms of the surrounding amenities as well as the further away amenities of Bend in general. So let's just jump right into the computer here on the map and we can take a quick look at where we were and what else is around that area. Okay, so here's a map of Bend, and we are looking at the southeast part of town here. You can see where it says Old Farm District here. If we just kind of blow that up, that's going to give us a better feel for where we were. And so we zoom in here a little bit. We have the Bridges at Shadow Glen. I'll move my video down here a little bit. And so now we have a general idea as to what part of town we were focusing in on today. So if I do a circle right in here, this is basically the entire stretch of town that we were focused in on today. And so what we'll do is we'll continue to zoom in a little bit, give you a better understanding. Here's the satellite view of what we were just looking at. This is the Bridges right here, this Bridge neighborhood here, or where those 3 houses are that we just looked at. And now if we look over here, this is where Alpenglow Park is right now. And so you can see that Google Maps hasn't even updated the actual park. This whole park here, this is about the 37-acre stretch here, this circle of where that park is that we just looked at and we just walked through. And then if we scroll down a little bit, we're going to be able to see where Caldera High School is. And so this whole up-and-coming neighborhood of Easton is going to be this stretch of land right here. It's under construction, it's shovel ready. You can see we saw the model homes that were going in, but this is that 75-acre stretch here. This is Southeast Bend. The new high school, of course, is right there as we saw. And that gives us a better understanding as to where those houses are in proximity to the featured amenities that we showed. The park is here.
schools there. If we were to zoom in a little bit more, now we can see the condensed neighborhood of the Bridges, the Palish Homes neighborhood, and then just below it to the south is going to be the new Easton neighborhood. If we zip over to Zillow, we're going to be able to see a similar style map. The first house that we looked at is right here, $599,000, right across the street from Alpenglow Park. So if we looked at that, we get to see some of the pictures of the home here, and we can just take a quick look. We'll just go through a couple of the pictures, but it gives you a better sense of the neighborhood and as well as the interior of this house that's for sale right now. And that was $599,000, 1,638 square feet. So that gives you a feel for what that first home was, just about $600,000. And again, we go down, and here's the second home that we looked at just down the road, a couple hundred yards, $700,000. So $100,000 a little more expensive. And you get a feel for this one. And it's Alpenglow Park is right over in here, just on the other side of 15th Street. And so you get a feel for this one. Just a spectacular design. Palish Homes makes a great house. All of their designs are very cutting edge, very high end, modern, and just one of the better builders in our area. The houses inside are just very homey, and it just gives you a very great sense of home ownership when you live in one of these houses. It's they're, like I said, they're one of my favorite builders in this area. And then if we were to zoom out or close out of that and look at the final home, this is the largest home that we looked at today, $800,000, just under. And that is the 2,400 square foot house, 2,441 to be exact. So just to give you guys a little view of that home. The interiors, again, Palish Homes makes a great house. And so that's what we have there for the three houses that we looked at. They were all kind of in the same area. We've got the Alpenglow Park here. If we scroll down, this is where Caldera High School is. So if we go back over to the maps view, and we can zoom out a little bit to give you some more perspective of what's around this stretch of town here. We got the Bend Golf and Country Club here. We've got the Old Back Nine. We've also got a third golf course, Lost Tracks Golf Course. 3 golf courses in the neighborhood. This is 97 here. This is where it turns into the Parkway, the freeway in town. This neighborhood in this stretch of area, it's about 5 minutes drive to the Parkway here. And if we were to zoom out, this takes you all the way through town. And this is our little freeway system. It's Business 97 or Highway 97. When it's in town, Business 97 is actually 3rd Street. It's the old 97. You can see here, it says Biz 97 there. That's 3rd Street. That used to be the main highway, the main drag through town, but then we added this Parkway in the early 90s, early to mid 90s. That was about a 5-year project to get the Parkway system built up. So 5-minute drive to the Parkway, and then from there it's about a 15 to 20 minute drive to the airport, which again is always going to be in Redmond here. But as far as the neighborhood goes and its proximity to shopping and other standard amenities, it's a 5-minute drive to this stretch of the south end of town here. Nike factory store, we have our outlet mall, we have an Albertsons, Walmart's over here, the Fred Meyer shopping center's over here. And then if we were to continue on to the west, again, this is our area here. Getting over to the main highway is 5 minutes, and then to the west side of town is about another 5 to 10 minute drive, depending on the traffic. If we get over to Century Drive here, this would give us the gateway access to the Cascade Lakes Highway, Mount Bachelor, and a lot of the outdoor recreational activities that people just love so much about this area. So this was the area that we featured today. 15th Street up to Reed Market is the main way that you would typically take to get to the other side of town, into the west side, the river here, downtown Bend. The Old Mill District is right up in here. It's about a 10-minute drive from that neighborhood we featured today. And if we continued on here, Reed Market, eventually we would hit Century Drive, and that is our gateway all the way up to the Cascade Lakes Highway. This is Mount Washington Drive here, where Reed Market intersects at this roundabout, and that takes us all the way to the west side of town. Summit High School's over here, Tethro Golf Course is over here. You can see that there's easy access points to a lot of the west side features that are in Bend. And then if we were to look at the same area and then just kind of look at what's to the east, again, 15th Street, that's the main road that separated the park and the neighborhood that we looked at. Reed Market Road, another east-west byway, probably the second or third largest and busiest in town. Reed Market will take us down to 27th Street. If we take 27th up here, it gets us to the Costco shopping center. Big shopping area over there, car dealerships, multiple grocery stores, etc. Pilot Butte State Park here, that's where we can go to that mountain or the cinder cone that's in the middle of town and get that spectacular view, 360 degrees. Mountain View up to the north here, this is where Mountain View High School is going to be located. Bend High School is going to be right in this neighborhood. So we've got our 4 high schools that are all accounted for now. Bend is right here, Summit, Caldera, and then Mountain View is just a couple miles up this stretch of road here. This way, this is Highway 20. This will take you to Boise, Eastern Oregon. That's about a 4 to 5 hour drive, depending on your chosen speed rate. But yeah, that gives you a better understanding of that part of town. This is the area that, among others, is going to be seeing a lot of development over the coming years, just because that new high school is there. There's an elementary school right in here. It's called Jewel School, and that's been around for 30 plus years. But with the new high school going in, there's a lot of land in this area that's been zoned for commercial development, and we're going to see a lot of growth in this side of town, a lot of new character and personality over the coming years, especially as this neighborhood gets filled out. And eventually, most of this land here will get acquired by a big builder, and they will just continue to build hundreds, if not thousands, of houses in this stretch of town. So again, I want to thank you guys for watching this. If you guys are in the market and you guys are looking for representation, we would love to earn your trust. I mean, that's our goal here with all these videos, to provide as much value as we possibly can. So if you guys are looking, please reach out to us, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Our contact information is in the contact section below this video here. And again, whatever your preferred way of reaching out to us, whether it's by phone, whether it's by email or Zoom meeting, or you can even text us, it doesn't matter to us. We just want to meet you guys where you're at. So again, thanks for watching, and we will just plan on seeing you guys around town and on the next video.